actual experience exceeds all expectations and is something that's hard to put into words. All these things that may seem big and impossible are not. It gives people that type of energy, that type of power.
Hey, welcome to this video. In April 2017, roughly 5,000 people spent hundreds to thousands of dollars for tickets to what they thought would be the experience of a lifetime. A luxury music festival in a beautiful tropical setting on a private island in the Bahamas. However, what they ended up getting was actually the complete opposite. This is the story of the Fyre Music Festival, a story based on fraud, deception, manipulation, and a scheme in which its founder, Billy Mcfarland, now 27 years old, thought would be a home run that would change his life forever. Fyre Music Festival was a fraudulent luxury music festival, which was founded by Billy Mcfarland, who was the CEO of Fyre Media, and rapper Ja Rule. It was created with the intent of promoting the company's Fyre app for booking music talent. The festival was scheduled to take place in late April on the Bahamian island of Great Exuma. This was not any kind of festival event which you go to in the summer. This event was organized through massive celebrity personalities such as Kendal Jenner, Bella Hadid, Hailey Baldwin, and Emily Ratajkowski, many of whom did not initially disclose that they had paid to do so, which was probably the reason why a lot of their fans trusted them that this event would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to attend a luxurious event. During the Fyre Festival's initial weekend, the event experienced problems related to security, food, accommodation, medical services, and artist relations, resulting in the festival being postponed indefinitely. Instead of the luxury villas and gourmet meals for which the festival attendees paid thousands of dollars, they received prepackaged sandwiches and Federal Emergency Management Agency tents as their accommodation. The disastrous festival was all planned and organized by these two men, Billy Mcfarland and Ja Rule. Billy William Mcfarland, born December 11, 1991, was raised in the Short Hills section of Millburn, New Jersey. At age 13, he founded an online outsourcing startup that matched clients with web designers. He graduated from Pingree School in 2010. He then briefly attended Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, where he studied computer engineering for less than 9 months. Shortly after dropping out of college, and towards the end of his freshman year, he founded the short-lived online advertisement platform, Spling, where he served as CEO. In 2013, Macfarland founded Magnesis. Magnesis was a company that marketed an invitation-only charge card, which was using $1.5 million of investor funding. You see, it was during this time that Billy found Ja Rule through their regular visits to events which Billy hosted at his previous venture, Magnesis. The pair would have a regular private plane journey to the Bahamas, where they wanted to set up the Fyre Festival. Billy later launched Fyre Media, which was the parent company of the Fyre Festival. The lies and the manipulation started originally when Billy had told investors that the company was worth $90 million, where in fact the company had only done $60,000 in business. They later landed on an island called Norman's Cay. The reason why Mcfarland chose this particular island was because he wanted to specifically include in the promotional video for the festival that it was a previous private island of Pablo Escobar. Giving this false image, the owners of the island canceled the event as it was part of the agreement to not mention false claims of the island. After several small islands that seemed likely, the venues were turned down. And with only 2 months to go before the Fyre Festival, the Bahamian government gave Macfarland a permit to use a site set aside for development at Roker Point on Great Exuma, just north of the Sandals Resort. Despite the previous owners asking Macfarland to not use false claims, materials released on social media continued to promote the falsehood that the festival was being hosted on Pablo Escobar's private island. This was a tactic of giving a false image in order to acquire as many visitors to the event. On December 12, 2016, Kendal Jenner, Emily Ratajkowski, and other influencers paid by Fyre simultaneously posted to their Instagram, and the event became a talking point, reaching millions of people online. Trying to get this self-claimed luxurious event together, Billy Mcfarland began approaching companies that did event management. He was reportedly held back when informed that the event would cost at least $50 million to stage in the time available, as he had promised. Furthermore, the more experienced consultants told them that in addition to the cost, an event of this magnitude would have needed an extra year to plan. Thinking he knows better, he and his associates at Fyre believed it would cost far less and continued with their plans under that assumption. The organizers tried to do things themselves where possible. Mcfarland supposedly learned how to rent the stage by doing a Google search. This event was surely leading to a disaster. The event was scheduled for 2 weekends in April and May 2017. The event sold day tickets, which ranged from $500 to $1,500, and VIP packages including airfare and luxury tent accommodation for a staggering $12,000. In exchange for these high fees, the customers were promised accommodation in what the company had described as a modern, eco-friendly environment, and that the meals would be made from celebrity chefs. However, what they actually ended up getting was completely the opposite. The visitors were promised a lineup of music artists from all around the world. However, due to the catastrophe of the event, they all pulled out of arriving, with some of the advertised lineup, such as Major Lazer, never confirming their attendance. Despite there only being about 500 people, there were not enough tents and beds for the guests, so they ended up stealing from each other. The attendees were unable to leave the festival for the nearby Sandals resorts as it was peak season, with almost every hotel on Great Exuma already fully booked for the annual Exuma Regatta. This was a total disaster. A lot of the attendees were reportedly stranded as flights to and from the island were canceled after the Bahamian government issued an order that barred any planes from landing at the airport. Following Fyre's collapse, Billy was convicted of fraud and jailed for 6 years in October 2018, leaving a lot of people claiming that was not enough. In May of 2017, a $100 million class action lawsuit filed by ticket holders against the rapper Ja Rule and Fyre Media's chief marketing officer, Grant Margolin, was dismissed in July 2019 by a federal judge who said the lawsuit did not produce enough evidence to prove these two organizers knew the event would be a disaster. At least one separate lawsuit, however, netted a multi-million-dollar judgment for 2 attendees against Macfarland, while others still remain ongoing. Rapper Ja Rule went on social media claiming that he too was misled this whole time, despite being involved in the planning of the event. On the 18th of January 2019, a documentary by Netflix highlighted what had happened at this event. The show, however, was missing Billy, as the producer stated that he refused to be part of the interviews unless he was paid for his time. To which this was rejected, as Netflix felt that they didn't feel comfortable with him benefiting after so many people had been hurt based on what he had done. Overall, the story of Billy Mcfarland and the Fyre disaster is one which totally illustrates us as a modern society that has been extremely influenced by social media personalities, as we continue to look up to them and trust them with everything they say. And for Billy's case, it overall comes back to this obsession of trying to look successful, even if that means a total disregard for your customers, workers, and investors. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any suggestions on what video ideas you'd like to see, then please comment down below. And also like and subscribe as we continue to make more quality content for you.